So friends, in this video I will be talking about two things. First one is ideal gas equation and second is empirical laws. So we know that ideal gas equation is this one. PV is equal to nRT, where P is pressure, V is volume, N is the amount of substance, R is ideal gas constant, T is the temperature. This ideal gas equation was derived based upon the empirical laws. So it is important to understand the empirical laws as well. So let us see what is this empirical laws. So in the empirical laws, what we do is we change two variables. So you can see here in this ideal gas equation, how many variables are there? Pressure, volume, then amount of substance. This is a constant, R is a constant, so we can ignore it. And temperature. So how many variables are there? Four variables are there, right? But in empirical laws, what we do is that we change only two variables. That means other two variables are constant. In this, we have got first one Boyle's law. So what it is saying is that when everything else is constant, the pressure volume, the product of that will be constant. Okay. So if you have the same gas, same amount, and the same temperature, constant temperature, then this particular equation applies. The product of pressure and volume is constant. So if you increase the pressure, volume will decrease so that the product will be constant. The next one is Charles law. Over here, you can see that we are changing these two variables, volume and temperature. All other variables are constant, like pressure, then amount of substance, everything is constant. So what happens is that when other variables are constant, they are not changing, then the ratio of V1 and T1, that is volume and temperature, is constant. The next one is Avogadro's law. So in the Avogadro's law, what is happening is that the ratio of volume and the number of molecules or number of atoms or number of ions is constant. V1 divided by N1 is equal to V2 divided by N2. And you can derive these formulas, or you don't need to remember all these empirical formulas. If you remember this formula, ideal gas equation formula, you can easily derive these formulas, all the other formulas, this Boyle's law, Charles law, etc. So you can see that the Boyle's law, what is happening is that product of pressure and volume is constant. And if you look at this particular equation, PV is equal to nRT. So if the right hand side, all the variables are constant, obviously the pressure and volume's product will also be constant. That's how this Boyle's law can be remembered. Then Charles law over here, V divided by T we are doing. So basically pressure will go that side, other side, and temperature will come to left side. So basically ratio of volume and temperature is remaining constant if other variables are constant. In Avogadro's law, here basically what we are considering is this N. Okay, N is the amount of substance, or we can also talk in terms of number of molecules, N1 and N2. So over here, V1 divided by N1, that is the ratio of volume and the number of molecules, is constant. Next one is Guy-Lussac's law. Over here, we are taking the ratio of pressure and temperature, and that ratio is constant if all other variables are constant. Next equation is N1T1. Product of number of molecules and temperature is constant if other variables like pressure, volume is constant. And then equation 6 says that ratio of the pressure and the number of molecules is constant if other variables are constant. So you don't need to remember all these equations or the laws. Just remember this ideal gas equation, and from that you can easily find out what is the relationship, like what product will be constant. For example, in the first law, Boyle's law, this pressure and volume product will be constant because everything else we have to keep it unchanged. Thanks for watching.